Hello everyone, the time right now as I record this, it is 16 past 9 on Friday, the 20th of June, 2025. So, I have been thinking about a massive radical reform to how we elect our leaders. So, hear me out for a bit because I'm gonna have to let this all out because it's been stuck in my head for quite a while now. And what I'm about to say is almost impossible in our current political climate here in the Philippines. So, here is my absolutely impossible suggestion to how we change, how we elect and who we elect as politicians here in the Philippines. So, let's start with the executive branch. So, as far as I can tell, the only elected positions in the only elected positions in the executive branch are the president and the vice president. If there are any more, please do let me know in the comment section. However, for the executive branch for the positions of president and vice president, my suggestion would be to elect them using ranked choice voting. So, if you don't know how ranked choice voting works, it's basically just you rank the list of candidates from the most preferred as 1 to the least preferred, or however many number or how many people were elected or were in the list. So let's just say there were 10 candidates for the position of president. You put 1 beside the number who you most prefer to become president, and you put the number 10 for the person you least prefer to become president. That's basically how the ranked choice voting works. If you want a real life example of that voting system in action, just look at Australia and how they elect their representatives in the House of Representatives. So, just look at Australia for a real life example of ranked choice voting. Next, for the legislative branch, the legislative branch, the only elected positions, I think, are the representatives in the House of Representatives and the senators in the Senate. So, let's begin with the House of Representatives first. I think I covered the mic there. Let's start with the House of Representatives. So, for the House of Representatives, 80% are district representatives. They are directly elected by the people. And the remaining 20% are party-list representatives that represent sectoral and marginal they represent sectoral and marginal groups of people. That combination of district representatives and party-list representatives is what's also known as parallel voting. But I would like to do a complete 180 into that system and suggest that instead of an 80-20 share, it should be an even 50-50 share. And also to make the representatives a lot more representative than it currently is right now. Because when I crunched the numbers a while ago, I found out that for every single representative in the House of Representatives in the Philippines, it represents about 350,000 people. And that includes the party-list representatives. If we discard and if we exclude the party-list representatives, the amount of people a single representative represents is now around 500,000 people, which is not that representative. So, instead of one district representing about 250,000 people, how about, and hear me out on this one district with 4 people in it, containing 1 million people each. Yes, that is my suggestion to how we elect our representatives. And also, the way of electing them is not by like block voting like we do in the Senate right now. We elect them using single transferable vote. It's the same as ranked choice voting, but this time with more positions up for election and a lower quota to become elected. For the ranked choice voting for president and vice president, you need 50% of the vote or of the choices to you in order to become elected. For the single transferable vote for my suggested districts in the House of Representatives, you only need 20% of the vote in order to become elected. Then, if you're an incredibly popular person, let's say you get 55% of the vote, that remaining 35% will be distributed to other candidates. Those are called surplus votes. And then, if no one gets to reach a quota of 20%, then the least popular candidate, or the one who got the least amount of first choices, will then have their choices redistributed in order for someone else to become elected. That is how single transferable vote works. Now, I also said a 50-50 split. Okay, so if we give every single province at least one representative, and those provinces get another representative up for election for every 250,000 people they have, we would get around 320 candidates. Then the other half, so that's another 320 candidates, will be elected using the party list system. So it's 320 district representatives and 320 party list representatives. So, if you are a smaller party, you might now get a lot more seats than what you would have had under the current system. Next is the Senate. Okay. My suggestion is that we elect the Senate nationally. Okay, that's not really a surprise. We do that right now. However, I want to expand the number of senators so that in any and all occasions it should be half of the number in the House of Representatives. Like, so in my suggestion, it was 640 if you add all of them up. So the amount of senators should be 320. And that number should be increased and decreased over time within maybe 5 or 10 years to reflect the amount of senators that we have. And then I would like to elect them using single transferable vote, the same as in the House of Representatives. But this time, those 320 senators will be elected nationally. So since there are 320 seats up for grabs, the quota is really, really low. Like in 60 million votes, you only need 250,000 people to prefer you first, or to put you as their first choice in order to become a senator. Like, I know that's really, really appealing, and that will make it easier for everyone to become elected. All right, for the judiciary, just appoint them using the Senate and give them 18-year terms. 18-year term. Alright, I think that is it for now. I have now covered all of the branches of our government. Thank you so much for watching, And I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.